Now start adding ink. Go to the back of the machine, add the corresponding ink according to the ink color identification, and prohibit adding errors. Y represents yellow, M represents red, C represents blue, K represents black, W represents white, and V represents varnish. It is necessary to strictly follow the color identification for adding. If you accidentally add the wrong ink, please contact the relevant technical personnel immediately. Use a screwdriver to loosen the screws on both sides of the machine cover. We need to remove this cover to facilitate the extraction of ink from the ink cartridge. Press and hold the left button to move the ink cart to the center. Remove the hood from the front of the machine. Take out the ink bag, hold both sides of the ink bag, and do not squeeze the middle of the ink bag. Squeezing the middle can cause ink to leak out. Then use a syringe to extract 5 ml of ink. After extraction, insert the ink cartridge into its original position, and prohibit pulling out all ink cartridges at once. Inject the extracted waste ink into the waste ink bottle, and do not recycle it for reuse. Wipe the orange needle with a tissue. Extract the next ink bag using the same method. Extract 5 ml ink. The same method is to insert the ink cartridge into its original position, and it needs to be perfectly inserted. Please note that all liquids are prohibited from entering the contact position between the printing head cable and the printing head. Liquid entering the internal circuit position of the printing head will cause the printing head to burn out, and there is a possibility of burning the motherboard. Therefore, when extracting ink from ink cartridges, we need to pay special attention to not allowing ink to drip onto the cable. Due to time constraints, I will only demonstrate extracting 2 ink bags. You need to strictly extract 510 ml of ink from all ink cartridges, and insert each ink cartridge into its original position. Thank you. Before extracting the ink from the waste ink tube, we observe these 2 details. X is in a state of 0, and the device displays a ready state. This is the correct state to extract the waste ink. If X is not in a state of 0, it means that the ink card has not returned to the original point for resetting. Please click on X Reset to return the ink card to point 0. Please note that before draining the waste ink, ensure that the flash jet is in a closed state and cannot be in an open state. The flash printing is in an open state, which causes the ink pad and print head to be in an unattached state, resulting in the inability to complete the operation of extracting waste ink. Extract 10 ml of waste ink from all the waste ink pipes with color markings, and be sure to extract it. The purpose of extracting the waste ink tube is to guide the ink from the ink cartridge into the print head channel, so that the print head channel is filled with ink. During the guidance process, hold the syringe tightly and slowly extract the waste ink. Please note that it is prohibited to use large-size syringes. Please use standard syringes. Due to the high suction force of large-size syringes, there is a possibility that the print head may be damaged, which everyone needs to pay attention to. The extracted ink cannot be reused. Please dispose of it as waste ink. Please note that all 3 colored waste ink tubes need to be extracted and must be extracted. Due to time presentation reasons, please note that all 3 waste ink pipes with color markings need to be extracted and must be extracted. After extraction, be sure to put all the waste ink pipes into the waste ink bottle to avoid contamination of the floor caused by ink dripping. Let's go to the software to automatically clean the print head. Automatically clean all print heads on the software. During the cleaning process, the printer control icon is dimmed, and will be restored after cleaning is completed. After the automatic cleaning of the print head is completed, press the test button to allow the machine to print the status map. A nozzle status map will be printed, which represents the inkjet status of the printing head. After using the machine, it must be executed once a day. Pay attention to the inkjet status of the printing head. Be sure to execute. After receiving this command, the machine will print a status map of the print head. After printing is completed, the ink truck will return to the original point for resetting. Now let's take a closer look at the status diagram. Please send the printed status diagram to the technical personnel for viewing to see if it is qualified. Thank you. White and varnish are not easily visible. Please turn on the flash to compare and observe. This is a close-up of the print head status chart. When we look at the status chart, we make a judgment based on its line chart situation. The standard good state is that the line chart has no broken needles or cross colors. The line diagram of varnish is difficult to view in CL, EAR, and requires backlighting for observation. The status chart is the inkjet report of the print head, and we must maintain a daily status report to pay attention to the ink output status of the print head. Thank you for watching. See you next class.